What it do, lifers? You have been delayed in getting this video, but I make sure that you would not get denied. I owed this to y'all. Shout out to Ra who asked the question that inspired this video in the first place. I was thinking about it before she asked, but because I didn't want to seem like I was talking down to anybody or whatever, I was like, well, let me wait and see. You know what I'm saying? If I see the more of the confusion out there before I put the video out and people already get it. So hopefully for everybody who is confused about the DEI confusion or my post, this clears things up. On my post, I said I find it hilarious that Caucasian people thought that DEI only applied to black. What is DEI? I'm sure you've heard it a lot by now. It is the policy about diversity, equity, and inclusion that gives minorities an opportunity to be in places that I can't say this any other way. Heterosexual white males would rather not have them if they had their choice. See, that's the thing about minority, right? In America, the thing about the term minority, the only way you don't fall into the minority is if you are a white heterosexual male. And you also have to not be disabled. Right? So let's say reasonably good health or standard health or something like that. To not fall into the minority. And see, that's the joke. That's the joke, right? Because due to racism and bigotry, the bias would have these particular white people, especially a lot of them who were happy to hear that, the policy for diversity, equity, and inclusion would be done away with. They thought, okay, yeah, great. Let's get those niggers out of here. You know what I'm saying? Let's get them blackies out of places they don't belong. Take the titles away from them that they wasn't supposed to have. And it's like, do it affect black people? Yeah, for sure. But they didn't stop to think about it because most white people don't understand what minorities really are. Minority, I say it again. If you are not a non-disabled, heterosexual, white male, you fall into the minority. Doesn't matter about your money. It doesn't. You're still considered a minority. So, for veterans, those who proudly served our country, because a lot of them come back different, whether it's mentally or physically, guess what? They get to fall into the minority a lot of times. And DEI benefits them, especially those who came back different, whether it's mentally or physically. DEI applies to them. Our wounded warriors that people like to fake like they care about, DEI applies to them. Of course, the LGBTQ community, it applies to them. So if you're white and you were cool with it, but you're gay, trans, whatever, you fall into the alphabets and you was cool with it because you thought it wouldn't apply to you, you're wrong. Dead wrong. And the biggest joke of all, oh wait, seniors, it applies to them as well. It applies to seniors as well. So, if you're old school racist and wanted to get that blackie off your job, so you were happy for DEI to end, guess what? It impacts you too, old head. And lastly, the biggest gag is that it affects, of course, white women. Matter of fact, if you go on the Department of Labor's website and go look and see who benefits most from the DEI program, from the DEI policy, it's white women. So while these racists and bigots were sitting there laughing at what black people would lose, they did not realize how it was going to start showing up in their backyard. Might not be you, but probably your cousin, your auntie, your friend, somebody who you thought was going to be in the clear finna be impacted. So that's why I thought it was hilarious, because it's always funny when karma comes back to bite people in the behind. All right, I hope that that was clear enough. Again, sorry it got delayed from when I wanted to do it, but life be lifing. Make sure to follow us at Life Be Lifing on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Fanbase. Thanks.